in the capital. It was the idea of how we assimilate conquered nations. What had happened within Jerusalem, and within all of Israel, in fact, is that this cultural divide had started between those who had adopted Hellenization, who had decided they would speak Greek, like the rest of the world was speaking Greek. They would worship in Greek. They would come to the synagogue and teach in Greek. They would adopt Greek dress and clothing and all of those kinds of things. But they saw themselves still primarily and in fact solely worshipers of God. Not worshipers of the gods of Greece or the gods of Rome, but they were worshipers of God. They just happened to be culturally connected. They were culturally relevant. And then you had the native Hebrews, the majority group in the synagogue of Jesus' time, who believed that we had to keep our language pure. We must only speak and only worship in Hebrew. Even if we learn Greek to deal in the marketplace, we speak to each other, we speak to God in Hebrew only, because that's what keeps us separate from the nations. So they considered themselves more pure in their faith. This was going on in Jerusalem when Jesus was on earth, when he was walking and teaching. And two synagogues had even begun, two groups of synagogues, a Greek-speaking synagogue of Hellenists and a Hebrew-speaking synagogue of the native Hebrews. And that was going on within Judaism when Jesus was there speaking and preaching. Now what's happened, according to verse 1, church in Jerusalem, within the Christian church. It says, "For there was not a needy person among them, for all who were owners of land or houses would sell them and bring proceeds to the sale of the sales and lay them at the apostles' feet, and they would be distributed to each as any had a need." That was the system. What do we find is beginning to happen in verse 1 of chapter 6? Are there needy people among them? Yeah. The widows of the Greek-speaking Christians are being neglected by the majority group of the Hebrew speakers. Now, why would they do that? Come on. Why would they neglect them? What's that? Different idea. They don't like them. They have compromised. See, the Hebrews